I'm Carla Grant, 32. For years, I've led a major fashion division at Everstyle, one of the top retail companies in the country, and I've never bragged about it, especially not to my sister. Her sharp words have cut through me since childhood. To her, my business skills were just number crunching. While she crowned herself the creative genius of the family, that Thanksgiving in Indianapolis, the air buzzed with her arrogance. She walked into our family dinner, ready to brag about her booming fashion label. I sat there quietly, clutching a secret that would shatter her facade. Because what she didn't know was this. My team at Everstyle had just acquired her failing brand. A truth I held like a hidden blade. When my father spoke, the room went silent. Her smug grin disappeared. And for the first time, I felt something sharp, a spark of triumph. How did we get here? Years of her taunts. My quiet grind. And one deal that flipped the script. Stick around to see how her empire collapsed. And what happened when the truth came out. Growing up in Indianapolis with my sister Adrienne felt like living under a spotlight. One that never shone on me. She discovered her talent early, sketching dresses on scrap paper that looked ready for the runway. At every family cookout, relatives crowded around her drawings. Dad, Joseph, would beam proudly, telling everyone her ideas could change the fashion world. Mom, Gail, framed her sketches and called her our little artist. I didn't design dresses. I studied how trends worked, what sold, why, and when. I spent my allowance on fabrics, then resold handmade accessories to neighbors. That's smart, Carla, Dad said once. Then he turned back to admire Adrienne's latest creation. She smirked. Carla's just playing store, she'd tease. Everyone would laugh. Cute, they thought. Not genius? I learned to swallow the sting. The pattern followed us into high school. Adrienne entered design contests and won ribbons. Our parents cheered at every award ceremony. Meanwhile, I joined the business club, pitching ideas for vending machines that funded school supplies. Practical, Mom said. Adrienne called it boring logistics. Only Grandma Iris, Mom's mother, saw me. She ran a small boutique downtown and let me help on weekends. Fashion isn't only sewing, Carla, she said one day. It's knowing what customers want before they do. She taught me to read ledgers, track trends, and balance costs. Her words stuck. Your mind builds empires. She just draws pictures. Adrienne went to a top design institute in Chicago. I stayed in-state, studying business and fashion merchandising at Indiana University. She partied and posted about her designs. I interned at retail stores studying supply chains. Whenever I shared updates, I got polite nods. Adrienne got applause. Grandma Iris would smile and say, They're dazzled by sparkle, honey, but you're building the foundation. And she was right. After graduation, I landed a junior analyst role at Everstyle, a leading fashion retailer in Indianapolis. While others chased glamour, I dove into supply chains, vendor contracts, and logistics. I streamlined sourcing and cut delays by 12%. At 24, I was promoted to supply chain coordinator, but at family gatherings, my success barely registered. Adrienne always stole the spotlight. Still juggling invoices? She'd sneer. Guests chuckled. I smiled and stayed quiet. By 26, I was managing a team. By 28, I'd pitched a digital inventory system that boosted efficiency by 15%. By 30, I was director of strategic development, expanding Everstyle into new cities. My sister? She launched her own brand, Trend Vibe. The family treated her like a celebrity. I stayed the steady one, the boring one. Then everything changed. One morning, a file landed on my desk. Acquisition target, Trend Vibe, my sister's company. I froze. Her brand was drowning. $2.3 million in debt, unpaid suppliers, lawsuits, and collapsing sales. The same sister who mocked my spreadsheets had built a house of cards. Everstyle planned to buy it out for $1.8 million, to save the staff, to save her designs. She didn't know I was part of it. That week, she bragged to Mom on a family call. Big investors are lining up, she said, her voice full of fake confidence. I muted myself, staring at the bankruptcy report on my screen. I wanted to warn her. Owen, my boyfriend, said, Don't. She wouldn't believe you anyway. He was right. I disclosed my connection to my boss, Patricia. She told me to step back, stay in advisory only. So I did. But inside, I was torn apart. 3 weeks later, the deal closed. Everstyle acquired Trend Vibe, her brand, and she had no idea. She signed the contract, spinning it as a strategic merger. Her press release called it a partnership. No mention of debt. She even bragged about it to our family. I stayed silent. But my father didn't. Thanksgiving night came. The dining room glowed with candlelight. Mom fussed over her pies. My sister sat near the head of the table, her famous pecan tart front and center. Halfway through dinner, she raised her glass. Trend Vibe's about to dominate the market, she announced. New contracts. Big deals. I'm taking it to the next level, the room applauded. Then she smirked. Carla, you wouldn't get it. You don't have the skills to run a company. The table laughed. Until Dad cleared his throat. Actually, he said, calm but cutting. Everstyle acquired Trend Vibe last month. Carla's team led the deal. The room fell dead silent. Her smile vanished. Her glass trembled. What? She whispered. Dad continued. Your brand was failing. Everstyle saved the jobs. Carla made it happen. She pushed back her chair, furious. You're lying, she shouted, storming out. Outside, the cold air bit my face. She stood by the porch, arms crossed. How could you? She hissed. You stole my company. I didn't steal it, I said. You sold it. You were $2 million in debt. She shook her head. You wanted to humiliate me. I met her glare. You mocked me for years. You called my work boring. But my boring work just saved your brand. Her jaw tightened. You'll always be just a paper pusher, I sighed. Then we're done. I turned and walked inside, leaving her in the dark. The fallout came fast. Industry blogs exposed her brand's collapse. Retailers backed out. Her social media went silent. She took a job at a small boutique, ringing up customers instead of designing for them. Weeks later, Mom pulled me aside. I didn't see your strength before, she said, hugging me tight. Dad nodded proudly. And Grandma Iris smiled, whispering, Told you they'd see. For the first time, I felt seen. Not as the quiet sister, but as the woman who built something real. That night, lying in bed, I realized something. Her cruelty pushed me to grow, but my silence, that restraint, became my armor. And when the truth came out, I didn't need to gloat. The facts spoke louder. So if you've ever been underestimated, keep building. Let your results do the talking. Your worth doesn't depend on who notices, because when the time comes, they will. Tell me in the comments. What would you have done at that Thanksgiving table? And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories that prove quiet strength can be the loudest of all.